on can will be unprovoked, unwarranted, unjustified, crass, bullish language. Now what they are babbling, Didi Papa we at him. Over the last month, then a President Kufuor, the man has not even been in active politics. He said, Papa, we retire. Almost 20 years in your free power. 2008, almost 20 years in it. We retired to the baby. Uncle can be a what your breed, On in no sorry, I no call lunch, dinner. To the point, and I think that Disability Association of Ghana, you people should talk because it's not the first time. Stonebwoy has been a victim. Stonebwoy has been a victim. My brand says, where did this Stonebwoy attempt in the area? This attack on President Kufuor, this unwarranted attack, this unwarranted abuse, this unwarranted, unprovoked, unmerited, by a so-called agent of Mono, you must call the person to order. You must call the person to order. Just say, Adjumoni was a nipa waiting, mama, the hatred in his heart for some particular people, need to know. It was said, Obi Bo President Kufuor, Abasoka, and again, so Bamno Becasetia Papa, unprovoked, or Tinny Baby or Drino. Just because Nano may be cancer President Kufuor, idea said, vision, and more cotty Gridco. So that Gridco will be the subsidiary between ECG and VRA. And no anti Nibuafu. Also quite attacking President Kufuor. Again, make us a there's an agenda against a particular group of people. I can't stand for that bena obiko ye otunfo. PZ to for Semba, yeah, PZ to for she, yeah, as citizen of Ghana, they were appealing to a government. So this person insulted them to a more on you. No more country or more hineno till, and the video is there. And I'm shocked when people are coming and at the Ben Odi way at them. Hey, selective amnesia. Ghana, no wonder say catch say or short memory, no. The NDC, the onus is on you. The ball is in your court. 48 hours a chum. No apology, no condemnation of the attack, nothing. We are waiting for National Democratic Congress NDC. We are waiting for government to apologize to President Kufuor or condemn the statement now, attack on President Kufuor and dissociate yourself from the statement. NDC, me say the NDC government. We are calling on you, sir. It's been 48 hours since the vile, crass, abusive, unprovoked attack on President Kufuor's person and his image. And even the attack to suggest that we're Riesika. President Kufuor Riesika. Or Riesika Dabay. Unwarranted, defamatory abuse. Defamatory attack on President Kufuor. NDC and government, we are waiting for you to condemn it, dissociate yourself from the person and the statement. 48 hours a chum. We are waiting on you people. We are waiting on you people. Again, Sanka wheelchair and Kobenye Matina. President Rollins said you President Rollins and Yakupon Fanny Cranes here. President Rollins were new President Kufuor age. Wheelchair and Kwawenye Biantinum and Ayaya or Jaya. Shasania Tanos, ya. Shasania Ghana, you swing, be seen affiliate the whole type of Sanos. Say 18, President Kufuor age, and Kwawen Nubi, and Okwa, wheelchair and Kwawenye Bimantana, and Okoye. We have lost great sons and daughters of this land. Aye, Nyan, Kaden Yakupomo, Montanas, and Montina wheelchair, Bupombayen. Nanya de. So we can benefit from their wisdom, baby. I would be a penny new few cry, and yes, I want a 9 size. You decide to abuse him. And you see, this is a narcissist. This person is a narcissist. I don't know, body na Yakupon their man crash or bibi no bill. Because then he proceeds to say that a friend a brunia. A brunia. Or your narcissist on your own be confident in ignorance. Very confident in ignorance. He sits in ignorance, sleeps in ignorance, wakes up in ignorance. And can we see bia obianim yenim kra ah nanti abrofu ya eni omote yetama hey and oh broni oti wiche muda. But this is a person who doesn't the word physiology no kontiase o bradema ontiase atim didie mo kenkon.
The ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy. Specifically designed for low and medium income earners, our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. M&C Properties.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hidradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us and we will delight you. Visit Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, Puma. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Puma, Puma. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we set the Puma. Oh yeah, come alive. Puma, Puma. Let me hear you. Puma. Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy manful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man is swing, and a sansu mama hotter so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Grab your bottle and unleash the taste of Storm Energy Drink. A bold flavor, a big attitude. Feel the vibe, own the moment. It's your time to be different. Storm Energy Drink, make your mark.
Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Launching
BSc Development Economics at the Ghana Christian University College. Study a job-ready university program, BSc Development Economics at the Ghana Christian University College. Job is ready for graduates who possess degrees and certificates in BSc Development Economics, professional certificate in Theoeconomy, certificate in Theoeconomy with business. Enroll at the Department of Theology and Economics at the Ghana Christian University College, Amrahia, Adenta Dodua Road, Accra. Full bursary is available for BSc Development Economics graduates to study master's program at the State University in South Africa. Enroll now. Take advantage of this opportunity to join elite professionals in economics. Call 0557 351 090 or 0575 633 307 or 030 296 0542. WhatsApp us on 0557 351 090 or you can get in touch online on www.theoeconomy.edu.gh. Powered by the Center for Theology and Economics, CTEC.
This Easter, Estate Masters Limited is giving you more reasons to celebrate in our extended Easter promo. Secure your dreamland at Nest Cottage, Chopoli with a massive 15% discount. Or choose Palm Hills, Gomwa Pamfukrum, also at 15% discount. And for lovers of the coast, Coastal Park, Mingo Prampram awaits you at 10% discount. Plus, enjoy free site visits and free documentation because we make land ownership simple. This Easter, don't just celebrate, invest in your future. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
Looking for the ultimate oil city getaway? Welcome to the Groove Ethipon Beach Resort, where luxury meets adventure. Host your meetings and events in our fully equipped conference facility. Relax our sparkling pool, unwind in cozy rooms, satisfy your cravings at our scenic restaurant, and enjoy fun-packed recreational activities and a walk through our charming menus. Whether it's business, leisure, or pure escape, the Groove is your perfect destination.
Can he tee up someone in red? And it goes to
Do not say! That's who goal is for. I got 5 champions league. You want to know? I be the real goat. I'm the real goat. The left magician. The left magician.
Who is the goat? Ghana Jollof or Nigerian Jollof?
Ghana Jollof has no co-equal. The smell alone. Oh my God.
No, that shit. You two they lie. Eh? Now the same stew when they use cook the rice and then they go put them for top.
Hey! You are lying. Ghana Jollof.
Are you here? Forget everybody. Yeah. My guy. Put some respect on the goat. On the goat. The only goat I know lives in Tama. Every year we they give to you back to back. We are talking about BET. I want to hear the face. Except be the goat. Ah, my guy, him be the goat.
Though our choice of goats may differ in football, music, and jollof, Alomo Bitters always brings us together. Alomo, experience greatness in every moment.
Drink responsibly. Not for sale to persons under 18, nor recommended to pregnant women. This advert is FDA.
Good evening and welcome to this edition of Good Evening Ghana. I'm Fatih Banda. Tonight we start with a scene of heartbreak and desperation from the heart of the capital. At Makola Market, the usual sounds of trade have been replaced by tears
and plead for mercy, as a lot of market women do not know where their lives are going as of now, and the whole evacuation process going on. They are pleading on the government and the president in particular to come and intervene. And you know, I feel like the president should at least provide some practical solutions for these women, or at least give them a grace period to organize themselves. These are mothers, breadwinners, and the very backbone of our economy. They've been there for years, and now they have nowhere else to go. Let's watch this video.
Have a good morning. Many been a my brow. What fitai? They yemu. Many been a one bubble fight. Papa Samuel way. Kakakwa way. Kakakwa way. I could on this market 40 years ago, baby. Cause Shikata, what I start of a woman. No one many been a running spark catching. I don't go favor every rolling spark. But I don't buy a day. Never bow now. How nobody never foot to. In my water, in my wallow, in the gateway. In my dead one, yeah. That's all. I don't buy ya. Suppose go, none of them must go better. Suppose go, and when it's go back, tell me, don't know what every rolling spark. I'm a 25-story building. My boy, Akubo Slaha. What's that? Akubo Slaha, Slakati, Class Slakati. I got for go. And why a day? And I feel what qualified. The other one tasting money. What is the war? What our Kelly? Mama, what is Ramo? Yes, Ramo Jamama. Yamma, vice president. What can I say? Mountain our fire. So bad, my dear. Yes, well, yes, University, Yamaku University, Mammy, what's all about Tampadia? And there was some Mutia, some yes,
in this upcoming video, Paul makes an argument clearly that we must diffuse the power of the executive arm, else our Fourth Republic could be at stake. If we don't move away from this one-man show, it's going to cause harm.
You're keen on our democracy. You believe that it is something that we need to protect and guard jealously. How have we fared as a country 69 years on?
Well, our democracy, we calculate from the Fourth Republic, so yes, we mean about 30-something years. Yes. I think by and large it's been successful, globally applauded. What we need to do now, and I ran some commentary in the book about that, is to look at the concentration of power and hope that we can diffuse the concentration of power in the executive. That's a major problem. If we are not able to achieve that, we're going to have a problem, because the political interest is growing. People are beginning to understand the obligations of the government towards them. Mm-hmm. And if we don't streamline that, I refer, for instance, to the way we manage our local government system, the district chief executives and the way they are appointed, something that was done and dreamed of in 1988. It is my view that it has become old, it's moribund. We can't use that again. When young people have come up, social media is up, people are asking for their rights. So if you have development issues in a faraway town from Accra, mm-hmm. and that has to reflect on the president, then whoever is president is going to have a very hard time. But if we were to diffuse that power to the local, so that they can elect their district chief executives. And I agree with the fact that they should be elected on political lines, so that you can have a district chief executive where NDC has won, and you can have a district chief executive where MPP has won. That's also important to break the back of the winner takes all. Winner takes all is always a big political distraction from the development of a political society. If you have a system that has a winner taking everything, and all over the world in advanced societies, you never have that. So you see what recently happened in America. The New York mayorship was won by a Democrat, even though the president is a Republican. And that's what is important. It also helps young people who want to participate in politics to have a stage to grow. So if you have in Ghanaian, if you look at the Ghanaian political calendar, for instance, you can easily predict that the Kumasi mayorship, the Ashanti region Kumasi mayorship, will always be won by the MPP, or the MPP will have a better chance of winning it. And so it doesn't matter who is in the government in Jubilee House in Accra. the Kumasi mayorship will be won by the MPP. Takoradi mayorship will be struggled by both. Whole mayorship will be won by the NDC. So if NDC is in opposition, they will still have the government in Ho to run, and they will have the government in Ho to train their people. The government in Ho will be the campaign platform of the NDC if they are in opposition. The government in Ashanti, Kumasi, will be the campaign platform of the MPP if they are in opposition. By that I mean that NDC can say that, look at what we've done in Ho. If you elect us, this is what we are going to do. And young people can have roles to play to train them. So New York mayor, everyone is beginning to talk about him as a potential flag bearer of the Democratic Party, the DNC, in the future. How did they know that? They know that because he was able to route a campaign in New York and he was successful. We don't have that in our constitution, and it's regrettable that when the proposal was made and Parliament approved it, some politicians didn't want it, and it's a major thing. Many people might not see it like that, but I know some people see it like that. If we don't fix that problem, then it will be difficult for presidents to succeed, because today you take your phone and you open social media, you will see some people in a demonstration in Adenta that there's no water, and they're asking President Mahama for water in Adenta. No president can achieve that. You can't sit in Jubilee House and be responsible for water in Adenta, road in Nampanduri, a borehole in... You can't do that, but that's what is happening. So the presidential campaigns have now become very difficult, because you have to go to a place and promise them something that is really not within your power. It may take 2.5 days for the president to even know that there's no water in Adenta because of the system and how it works. Adenta has a municipality, but the municipal chief executive is appointed by the president. Yes. And so people see it as the president's responsibility. But if the people of Adenta had elected him, and whether he was MPP or NDC, they know that this is the mayor that I have to deal with. And then they deal with him. And then it allows the president space to be able to do his work. And it also breaks the winner takes all, and it makes the democracy stronger. Parties don't die, and smaller parties can grow up. So you can have a small party like Papa Kwesi Ndum's party or Alan Chematen's party that decides to focus on Nkoko mayorship and win it. And then they will begin to build from there. So you have a much stronger democracy if you have a situation where mayors are being elected on political party lines.
Also, our very own Paul is opening up about his book and some crucial matters that you need to look up for. Let's watch this.
You're keen on our democracy. You believe that it is something that we need to protect and guard jealously. How have we fared as a country 69 years on?
Well, democracy, we calculate from the Fourth Republic, so we mean about 30-something years. Yes. I think by and large it's been successful, globally applauded. What we need to do now, and I ran some commentary in the book about that, is to look at the concentration of power and hope that we can diffuse the concentration of power in the executive. That's a major problem. If we are not able to achieve that, we're going to have a problem, because the political interest is growing. People are beginning to understand the obligations of the...
You mentioned that there were some punctuations that have not been told in terms of the story when it comes to our democracy. What are some of these things that we have omitted or people are not really aware of?
Oh, people are not aware of it because there's a lot of material that has come over the last 38 years of democracy. But some of it are important Supreme Court decisions, where if the court's decision had gone the other way, some of the things we enjoy today wouldn't have been. The issue, for instance, of demonstrations. Today we see demonstrations occurring every now and then, sometimes every week. And it was not easy for the people to get their rights to demonstrate, even though it is in the Constitution. It had to be a Supreme Court fight. And if the Supreme Court had decided, in the case of the MPP versus the IGP, which is the demonstration liberty case, as I call it. If they had decided the other way, we probably would not have the power to demonstrate the way we do today, right. Even though it was enshrined in the Constitution. So that's one of the most important matters. Also, ensuring the independence of the Supreme Court and making the Supreme Court truly the arbiter of constitutional interpretation. It was not a given. The Supreme Court had to make important decisions that went against establishment in certain cases, and they did it throughout the period. Almost every head of state has had a Supreme Court decision that he has not liked. But if the court had not made those decisions, we probably wouldn't have had a democracy. So we compile all of this and catalog it in the book.
Recently, the Supreme Court celebrated 150 years. There was that commemoration of the Supreme Court. And I remember listening to one of the retired justices of the Supreme Court who said that, listen, for most of us out here, we look at the decisions that they make and we think, oh, we have our own bites at it. But then it takes so much to arrive at these decisions. Looking at the decisions that have come over the years, how have they shaped our democracy?
Oh, they certainly have. That's a point I'm making. I mean, if you take the 31st December case, you take MPP and IGP, you take NPP and GBC, for instance. Now, the MPP and GBC case is important for impartial political coverage of all political parties. Today, we find that even private radio stations and TV stations like GH1 try to give an impartial coverage to all political parties. It wasn't the case before. Before the case went to court, the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, the state broadcaster, was not allowed to give significant coverage to the opposition. And so people had to go to courts to raise issues to the Constitution, to tell the Supreme Court that, look, the GBC's conduct is a violation of the Constitution. And the court held that, yes, it's correct, that the state broadcaster, because it was owned by the state, needed to be impartial in the coverage of political elections. So if you look at the story today, or you look at the story from 2014 or 2016, you might think that it was all the time like that, but it wasn't. So the purpose of the book is to put some of these things together. And I also take liberties to share some of the things that have not been reported publicly, so people can understand some of the very crucial issues that happened behind the scenes, which made things happen.
So for you, as someone who reported on this major political events as well, you bring all that perspective to bear in the book as well. So who can use this book?
Anyone. That's what we've attempted to do, to bring all the perspective in there. So students can use it. Anyone who is interested in the history of Ghana's democracy can use it. And those who want a quick reference to some of the important Supreme Court decisions that have affected politics in Ghana since 1992 can also look at it. Welcome back to the studio. Continuing Good Evening Ghana, I take over from Fatih. Thank you very much for the introduction. It's 20 minutes to the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. This is going to be a great show. At the end, the second part of the program, we're going to have Lawyer Bafo who will join us in the studio to talk about legal matters. As you would know, President John Dramani Mahama is reported to have assented to a new bill that completely changes legal education. Some say it's good, some say it's bad. Some say it's ahead of its time. Some say we don't have the resources to do it. Lawyer J. Bafo will share his opinions with us tonight on the show. Also tonight, we're going to get into the details of the NDC race and the latest coming out of there. The NDC race is coming up because today there was some contest on social media. The venerable chairman of the party, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, put up a poster on his Facebook page, incidentally. It's getting very interesting how social media is dominating as an important platform in politics these days. Johnson Asiedu Nketia put up a Facebook page indicating his longevity within the NDC. And before long, supporters of Julius Debra had also put up photos on the social media indicating Julius Debra's also longevity. Both photographs rely on their relationship with Flight Lieutenant Rawlings, the founder of the party. We're going to have a big story on that later tonight. Also, Nanan Kansa Buedu, a philanthropist, has done something amazing. Nkansa Buedu has donated many huge vehicles to Ghanaians to work. Tonight also, we'll be talking about the mining matter. The IEA, the Institute of Economic Affairs, had said that They believe, and the lecture was delivered by Professor Michael Koe and Sophia Kufu, a former Chief Justice and Supreme Court judge. They said they believe that when mining leases expire in modern day from 2026, governments should not renew those leases. Governments should rather work and own those mines and get contractors to do it. The argument is that based on what we had been practicing as local content, international firms come here, own the mines, they don't pay much money, they get locals to do all the hard work. The gold doesn't belong to the local, it belongs to the international company. They are not even obliged to sell it to Gold Board, they can sell it abroad. IEA felt that that should end, similar to what has happened with Diamond Mines. There's another one coming up, and there's another one coming up at Sunsky and Co. And all of them are looking for mining renewals from the government. So the IEA said that government should not renew any mining license. But today, Kenneth Ashigbe of the mining Chamber of Mines, thank you very much. Kenneth Ashigbe of the Chamber of Mines says, stop right there. What is IEA talking about? No, you can't do that. You have to just regulate the mine and let a white man have it if he wants to have it. We're going to mount an editorial against Kenneth Ashigbe's opinion and suggest that it's coming from Goldfields Ghana Limited. Don't worry about that. We'll do that very expertly tonight. That's a mining fight that's coming up very, very soon. Chairman Wontumi, the aspirant for the MPP chairmanship, yesterday occupied social media. He carried his team of campaign people to greet Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the flag bearer of the MPP for the 2028 elections. Hopefully, good luck will be on Dr. Bawumia's side in 2028. But he received Chairman Wontumi's people with glee, and he welcomed them. He listened to their case. You know that recently Dr. Bawumia also received Boakye Jacko, who went to see him. You know also that Dr. Bawumia has received John Boadu, who went to see him. Of course, Dr. Bawumia is the leader of the party until we get a chairman in August. Is it September we're getting a chairman? In September. Okay. So, but Chairman Wontumi didn't stop there. He proceeded then to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's office, where again he introduced the leaders. In fact, I've seen the videos. I don't know where they went first. It's possible they went to Akufo-Addo first. I don't know. But we'll share all of those videos with you, and then we get into the main discussion. The University of Ghana story is a big one. Athletics hosting in Ghana, it was bizarre, or that's what we are being told. Michael Angelo has been looking at the story. He will join me on the touch screen and give us all the details, including that interview I saw by Veronica Komi, the deputy, what do they call them, Director General of the National Sports Authority. And she was apologizing for something. Social media has been trolling her by bringing her old videos during demonstrations against sports and Akufo-Addo, the kinds of things she said. Now she's in the saddle. She's been given the responsibility to do. And everything that happened at Legon was completely abysmal, embarrassing. Social media has named and shamed and hooted at all the people who were involved because it's an embarrassment for the whole of Ghana. Michael Angelo has that story. We'll get on the touch screen and deal with it. So there's a lot coming in. We are about to give you a full presentation of the Daniel Ofori matter. That will come in next week because we received the book and receive all the information about what it's a serious matter, viewers, if you see it. EcoBank should be preparing to lose, if nothing happens, $25 million that they were not thinking about losing. That's crazy, isn't it? That's really crazy. EcoBank to lose $25 million following the Supreme Court ruling. We'll get to that story next week in some detail. 45 minutes past the top of the hour, 9 o'clock, 15 minutes to 10. Lawyer J. Bafo will come in with a legal analysis later on. Let's begin, though, with a beautiful story. Now, 2 days ago, we celebrated the birthday of the very distinguished and revered minister of the gospel, the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. Papa turned 69, and we celebrated him on this show. Incidentally, today, one of Papa's foremost sons, Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, also is celebrating his birthday. I have to say about Dag Heward-Mills, as I've said before, that it was Bishop Dag Heward-Mills who gave the charismatic movement its credibility. When the charismatic movement started, there was a lot of catcalls against them and against us, because I'm a member of the movement, that we had people who have not been to school, they've not been to Bible school, they didn't go to university. These were powerful young men who were making destinies and who were changing the lives of people. My life, my family's life was changed by the preaching from the charismatic pulpit of Pastor Otabel. There was many other people, Eastwood Anaba and others. And they were making all of these conversations about them that, oh, they didn't go to school. Enter Dag Heward-Mills, qualified medical doctor, starts a church in Kolebu and then in Koligono. And suddenly, that conversation about the charismatic church, they didn't go to school, is being wiped up. It's scratched completely from the conversation. Thank you very much, Bishop Dag, for obeying the call of God and coming into this. You could have gone elsewhere. You could have gone to practice your medicine. Your father was a politician. You could have joined us in politics. You decided you don't want politics. You decided you don't want medicine, but you heed the call of God and find souls. Today, Dag Heward-Mills has one of the biggest, largest churches across the world. In Ghana, he has the biggest spread. He probably has about 6,000 churches across the world. Dag Heward-Mills is an evangelist, and I have been to the van that he uses to evangelize at the University of Ghana. I don't even know whether he still uses it, because this story is old. On a Saturday morning, I saw it at the University of Ghana, parked behind Legon Hall and XB. And it's a mighty thing. It's really a mighty thing. Oh, sorry about that. I was talking about Bishop Dag Heward-Mills. It's really a mighty thing. We have to celebrate Bishop Dag Heward-Mills on his birthday. I thoroughly love Bishop Dag. Anyone who knows me and who knows how I talk about the charismatic church, Bishop Dag is one of those that I greatly respect. I thoroughly love him. Recently, I went to his church at Legon, the First Love Cathedral. Wow, I was super impressed. Bishop Dag, I've not seen you in a very long time, but I'm sure I'll see you soon. By the grace of God, a very, very blessed, happy birthday to you.
Don't do bad things when you are young. But the other reason why you should seek the Lord, right, in the days of your youth is because it is in the days of your youth that you can find God. You know, young people equally like good and bad things, because good things and bad things require similar energy. You need the same type of energy to do a bad thing as you need to do a good thing. Yes, to dance in a nightclub, to dance, to drink alcohol, smoke, drink. You need also that you need energy to do such things, to go out all night, nightclub. You need all night. You need strength to go to church all night, to go witnessing, to do church work. If you are not youngish in your attitude, you cannot do that. Amen. You cannot do the work of God when you get older easily. You know? So seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
If you are ever at the hands of a lazy person, that is where you will know that laziness is wickedness. If you fall into the hands of a lazy person, that is when you will see that when he said, thou wicked and slothful servant, like wickedness goes alongside with laziness. Too lazy to cook, too lazy to have sex, too lazy to wake up from bed, too lazy to do anything. It is when you fall into the hands of a person who is too relaxed.
Happy birthday, the Venerable Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, founder of the United Denominations, the UD. God bless you now and always. All righty, let's get to business. Once we get the pastors out of the way, you know, when the pastor is here, we can't say certain things, but once the pastor is out of the way, we can say everything. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to what promises to be a fantastic show. 9 minutes to the top of the hour at 11 o'clock. This is a great philanthropist, Mr. Nkansa Boadu. He is a supporter of the New Patriotic Party. And he's a great philanthropist. He's empowering young men. And when I heard the story, I felt compelled to put it up so that it will be an example for other people to do the same. If you do that, we'll put you up. Nkansa Boadu has donated, Nkansa Boadu has donated vehicles to several people across different constituencies. They'll put the photographs there. Do you want me to see the video? Okay, that's Nkansa Boadu. He's a chief. And there he is donating the vehicles. He's cutting the sword for the donation of all those vehicles. There he is in his traditional cloth. There, can you see that? These are vehicles that can give people employment. These are vehicles that empower people. Nkansa Boadu has done a fantastic job giving these vehicles freely as philanthropy work to communities, tractors for them to work. There you go, brand new, as they say in Ghana, tear rubber. Yeah, so that's Nkansa Boadu's enterprise. He is a big supporter of the New Patriotic Party, but he is an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. There he cuts out the yellow paper, Mr. Nkansa Boadu. The ribbon, yes, the yellow ribbon. This is good. Nkansa Boadu should have used blue, red, and white to do the colors, because it's green and black there is taking our mind somewhere. Nzema Agric Hine mega donation. So he's the Nzema Agric Hine who is doing this donation to people for the purposes of agriculture. He's helping people to develop their agricultural enterprise. You have land, he develops, he gives you this so that you can do better and farm. Thank you very much to Mr. Nkansa Boadu. Okay, let's touch a bit of politics now. And Chairman Wontumi begins MPP chairmanship bid. He visits Bawumia and Akufo-Addo. There you go. Chairman Wontumi and his team, they have visited President Akufo-Addo. He introduced Asuma Kyereme as the campaign manager, and he took the whole group to Akufo-Addo's office. This is Chairman Wontumi and his boss, former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This is in Akufo-Addo's office. Chairman Wontumi introducing Asuma Kyereme is here, sitting next to Chairman Wontumi, and Palgrave Boakye Dankwa is over there, and Stephen Amwa is also there. This gentleman standing here is a very nice gentleman. His name is Kasmel. If you want to see Akufo-Addo, you can text him. He's very, very nice gentleman. He's a protocol guy over there. So this is Akufo-Addo's office in Accra, and you can see Akufo-Addo's delight. Anytime he sees Wontumi, he's laughing. And he told the people that Wontumi is loyal. Wontumi has been very loyal to him and loyal to the party. Wontumi is honest, and Wontumi can serve. That's what Akufo-Addo told them in terms of how he's known Chairman Wontumi. That's a big handshake over there. We don't know what Akufo-Addo is telling him, but we think that he's telling him that you've done very well. Okay, then from there, Chairman Wontumi and his people went to see the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia. Do we have that? Okay, they're going to get me those set of photographs as well. Wontumi went to see Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, where again he introduced his team to Dr. Bawumia, and he made some promises to Dr. Bawumia about his ability to serve, his willingness to serve, and also introduced the team to him and told him that they were going to go around the country. Significantly, Chairman Wontumi said something, that he's not going to be a party chairman who is sitting in Accra. He said it's about the grassroots, so he'll be going to the grassroots, and he will leave the Accra office for the general secretary and the first vice chairman. That's impressive, because I know the people who are running for first vice chairman. So if Wontumi were to win, you are first vice chairman, you have a lot of administrative work to capture in Accra, because he says as chairman, he will not be there. He will be in the village, he will be in the nooks and crannies, he'll be fighting, he'll be selling Dr. Bawumia, and there's going to be a very, very interesting campaign. A lot of ground will be covered. We hope that Kwame Agboja will finish the roads quickly, so that when the campaign starts, there will be safety on the roads, and a lot of ground will be covered. A whole lot of ground will be covered in the campaigns coming from the end of 2026 into 2027, and then to the election year itself. God will give all of us peace. Do they have Dr. Bawumia's photographs? Okay, I think they don't have it. Okay, all right, we'll get those photos for you. But Chairman Wontumi also visited Dr. Bawumia. Okay, this is the first story that gives us a fight. No, let's have the better. This one first. Okay, so the conversation has begun following the award of the Daman mine to Ibrahim Mahama and engineers and planners. Conversations have gone on, as we know, during the launch of the Ibrahim's entry into Daman to begin the work. He announced to the people that he was grateful to President Akufo-Addo because at the time President Akufo-Addo was president, Goldfields, that is the big company from South Africa that was mining in Daman, who had employed him as a contractor, they were leaving, and he expressed interest in taking over the mine. When he did, he needed a no objection, or Goldfields needed a no objection from the government of Ghana before he could proceed, and that no objection was given in 2024. So enter 2025, John Mahama is president. They proceed on a no objection, and engineers and planners is assessed for whether they can do the mine or not. It's assessed financially and assessed operationally as well. But they, in terms of operations, they have been running the mine for a while. So I think that was easy. They were assessed financially, and they passed the assessment from the Ministry of Finance, etc., because they secured loans from international banks. Now, as people looked at that, they began to feel that, okay, we have seen what Gold Board, given the high price of gold, has done to our economy. We saw what MIF, set up by Mahamudu Bawumia, started to prepare the grounds for Gold Board. Sometimes when I see the NDC people enjoying their MIF money, I get a bit jealous, I have to admit, because this is all Bawumia's brain work, you know. Bawumia sat down, he was looking at gold for oil, he thought about it, said, let's create mineral investment fund, went to cabinet, convinced the president, they put it together. Charlie, the guys can't just wiring the money. Yesterday, I saw the lady said, MIF has made 60 billion, you know, you were president, you didn't know how to do MIF, somebody has come to do it. I feel very jealous, but that's okay. It's Ghana, isn't it? It's all Ghana. So, following MIF and the Gold Board experience, people have seen what minerals can do for Ghana. It came as no surprise then that the Institute of Economic Affairs, the IEA, and I'm talking about IEA, if you have the photographs, let me get there, I'll come to Ken in a bit. The Institute of Economic Affairs, the IEA, which is led by Dr. Charles Mensah. Doc, God bless you for your service to Ghana. You know, Charles Mensah is a very deep guy. I first met him many years ago. He's been working for Valco. He was working for Valco. When he associated with Valco and worked as Valco's MD for about 10 or 15 years, you know, he understood a lot about development. And Dr. Charles Mensah is an economist, by the way. He's a development economist, actually. So he understood how we can develop. So Charles Mensah and the IEA feel that, look, forget about politics here. Forget about politics. When it comes to mining, it is important because mining has become so crucial to raising money and all the money issues. It's important to hold our own mind. So the Institute of Economic Affairs, which was founded by Dr. Charles Mensah, held a forum led by very serious people. Do you have the other photographs? Led by very serious people. So Professor Mike Okoye and the former Chief Justice, Sophia Kufu, they're all with the IEA. They held a press event 2 or 3 days ago, and they said that all the mining leases that are ongoing today, if the mining lease expires, government should not renew anyone's mining lease. Government of Ghana should take it itself, raise the money, and get contractors to mine. We have seen that engineers and planners have been mining for Goldfields, they've been mining Daman, they've been mining for AGC. They can do it. There are other Ghanaian companies who can do it. So if the government can own it and have these people mine, more of the resources will come into the kitty. We'll be able to build roads. We'll be able to sustain free SHS. We'll be able to resuscitate and national health insurance. We'll be able to do all the important things that we have to do. So Charles Mensah and the IEA, please, you have some other photographs for me, Michael Quay and the judge. The Charles Mensah and the IEA held an event where they decided then that, look, let us put out a statement that when the mining, the current leases run out, we don't want any more leases. You heard Michael Quay say that, and Sophia Kufu say that. So people were quite excited about it. Then suddenly today something happened. Let me now have Ken Ashibe's photograph here. Ghana Chamber of Mines rejects calls by IEA to nationalize mines. Whoa. What does that mean?
Ghana Chamber of Mines, they are rejecting the calls by the Institute of Economic Affairs to nationalize the mines. Now, viewers, you need to understand who is Ghana Chamber of Mines. It's very interesting. Now, Ghana Chamber of Mines has a rotational presidency, okay? As we speak, the Ghana Chamber of Mines presidency is held by Goldfields. Can you imagine that? Goldfields, who are asking for a renewal of their license, for which reason Ghanaians and IEA are saying that you can't renew any license. I wish they got me the earlier the earlier postcard we'd used the last time when we read the messages from Ghanaians when the thing was put out on social media. It was a news item. And Ghanaians who were writing were very angry that why do you want a mine release? They had a mine for 30 years. They want it renewed for another 20 years. Altogether, they will have the mine for, guess what, half a century. Half a century Goldfields wants to have the mine. And then Ghanaians said that, no, you had it for 30 years. You can't have it for 20 years. Why? You think that we have grown up? You think we are still in 1969? No. We have engineers. We are producing 15,000 engineers every year in Ghana. We have 12,000 lawyers. We have about 9,000 doctors. We have thousands and thousands of nurses. We have thousands and thousands of teachers. Every Ghanaian is a journalist because we are all on social media. We have millions of journalists. Why should we give you a mine for half a century, Goldfields? Come again. So Goldfields saw the reaction. And now when it comes from the IEA, then that's a big deal. You know, you don't joke with the IEA. The Institute of Economic Affairs, founded abroad by Margaret Thatcher. You have to know that the Institute of Economic Affairs is heavily connected to the famous British Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher. It's a development right-wing thinking institution. It's a thought leader in many, many things. Charles Mensah is not a joke. He's been MD of Valco for forever. Professor Michael Quay is not a joke. Darocha, D.F. Aran, all of these used to be fellows of IEA. So IEA is a very solid institution. IEA comes and says that we agree with Ghanaians. Let us keep the mine. Government, have it and let's mine it. Then Goldfields Ghana Limited, who happened to be the chair of the rotational Chamber of Mines, then organizes for the Chamber of Mines to come and say this. And my brother Ken Ashigbe's photograph, please, it's not Ken Ashigbe who said it, it's Goldfields who said it. If Ken Ashigbe agrees with it, we have to take him back to St. Augustine's, take him back to the senior house master's house, and then, I won't add that. I won't add that. Oh, Wafaken, how are you doing? My former boss, you know, Wafaken was my boss at Joy FM, was my boss at Metro TV, he's my boss all the time. Boss, but why are you saying this? That Chamber of Mines rejects. Oh, boss, you can't do that. Don't let Goldfields tell you this. Goldfields is holding the chair of the Chamber of Mines, the rotational one. So they are trying to put up, but Goldfields should read the comments from Ghanaians when it was published that they want another tweet. They should read those comments. That mine is not going anywhere. There will be no renewal. Goldfields, forget about it. Shake hands with us. We love you. We thank you. We'll show you the airport. Sit on South Africa Airways. Take off to 33,000 feet. Fly straight to Pretoria. Bye-bye. Go to Pretoria. We'll come and visit you in Pretoria. We'll come. Or are they in Pretoria or they are in Cape Town? I think more Cape Town, if you know what I mean. It's more Cape Town. We'll come to Cape Town and visit you. Goldfields, we love you. You are great people. We'll come. But as for the mine, you can't have it for half a century. 50 years. You want Ghanaian mine for half a century. Then you go and organize and manipulate and come and say that Ghanaians... Please send me text message. Ghanaians who are watching, send me text message. Good evening, Ghana Official. And tell me whether you agree with this thing that the Chamber of Mines will close you down. Chamber of Mines, if that's what you'll be doing, we'll just close you down. And you, Chamber of Mines, now you've been there. What have we gotten? Nothing. So if you are going to do, we'll just close it down and pack you all somewhere and then continue with our lives. Ministry of Lands, Minerals Commission, Lands Commission, they will do their work. Okay, Chamber of Mines. We have many CSOs who are very intelligent. Franklin Kujo, Kofi Bentil, H. Kwesi Prempeh, Selon Brantier, Oliver Vomaho. Give me the CSOs, their names. I don't want neutral CSOs. How do they call them? NDC neutral. NDC neutral. NDC neutral CSOs. Franklin Kujo, NDC neutral. Kofi Bentil, NPP neutral. Selon Brantier, NDC. He's not neutral. It's NDC. Who else is here also? Oliver Vomaho, NDC neutral. Who else? Pumpuni, I think he's proper neutral. CDD. That one, I think, is proper neutral. Pumpuni is proper neutral. The rest, all you can have. They said Kwesi Prempeh used to be NPP neutral. Now he has become NDC neutral. I don't know. So the neutrals, the CSOs are there. They can look after the obligations. They can make sure the Minerals Commission is not breaching its obligation. We have courts. We are developed people when it comes to institutions and structures. We are just waiting for money so that we can develop our people, so that we can give jobs to our young people, and we are fine. We are not very far from that. Viewers, let's be optimistic about Ghana. We are not far from that. The future of Ghana is great if we can take over our institutions and take over our minerals. If we can hold those minerals and use it for the benefit of our people, we are not far from America at all. We are not 100 years from America. We are not 25 years from America. If from today we decide that every mining lease, you cannot renew it, get out. Look at the Chinese. We won't renew any mining lease. All the mining money will come back into Ghana. Very, very soon, the dollar will be two, because we are going to use gold, diamond, lithium. We have to use it, but we have to make sure and put pressure on our politicians that when these things are done, the benefits must come to the ordinary Ghanaian people. Roads must be done. Gutters must be covered. Schools must be built. Every school must have air conditioning. Schools must have beautiful toilets. How beautiful will it be that you go to a school in my hometown, Kwamo, or Fumesa, or Jachi, and then you say you want to use the bathroom and there's a beautiful toilet because we have gotten money from gold and we have established it. Ghana can work. It will work. Let us make it work. Our problem is those people who come and mine our gold and take it away and they want to mine it for half a century. We will not allow that. We will not permit that. That's the end of the story. Go Phils. Take plane. Fly 38,000 feet. Go, then you drop Johannesburg. Jump over Johannesburg. Go to Cape Town. Bye-bye. We'll come and visit you. Okay, I'm done with the mining story. Abafo is coming in. Okay, where are we going? NDC. Great. I love that. Oh, I should have asked Eric to do an NDC montage. Don't worry. So today's race is between the first two. Today is not all of them. But when I bring Kwesi Pratt in, he talks about all of them. But today is the first two. So we woke up this morning and we were checking where is power and where is no power. There was Dumso in Chado, Labadi. There was Dumso in Hacho as well. I don't know whether it's because they sound the same. Hacho and Chado, or Dumso this morning in Accra. Kumasi, Aboabo Junction, Dumso, Abrepo Johnson, Dumso, part of Asokwa, Dumso this morning. So that's how we started our day in newsrooms. That's how we started our day. Then we were there, social media pop up something. Everybody was sending it to everybody. Say, hey, what is happening? His own Facebook page. Guess who? The chairman of the party, Johnson. Asiedu Nketia, he put something out on his Facebook page. Let me show you what he put out. Let me show you, please. Let's do it. This is what he put out. Please put it straight on the TV. Let them see. I think they see it better that way. So Johnson Asiedu Nketia comes up and says that there is dignity in being dependable, helpful, and committed to something greater than oneself. A life of service is really wasted. Oh, wow. Wow. Viewers, this race is becoming something. You know, this race is becoming something. And I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it because many years ago, the NDC knew how to arrange themselves by consensus. MPP was always crying when there's Congress, begging for unity, begging for this and begging for that. Today, MPP have finished their Congress. They have elected Mahamadou Bawumia as their flag bearer. Everybody thought hell will break loose and Kennedy Japan will take knife and Kwame Japan will slap Educhum and Educhum will beat Dr. Nothing happened. We all finished the race. We went to the MPP head office. I was there. I saw Nana Akufo-Addo. I was very happy. He spoke. Everything was nice. Now, Mahamadou Bawumia is the flag bearer. He's in the driving seat. He puts it on first gear. Today, he moved into second gear. We'll talk about that when he criticized the government for the kinds of things they were doing. Now, the NDC race is heating up. We all thought that old people don't like social media. And Johnson Asiedu Nketia, they give that kind of vibe that, look, they are serious, but they don't like social media. So you will see that his son, Dr. Asiedu Nketia, is the one who usually posts on social media. But today, the said Johnson, the chairman of the national chairman of the party, he is telling us that his service is better than, okay, it's here. Great. He says There is dignity in being dependable, helpful, and committed to something greater than oneself. A life of service is rarely wasted. Oh, wow. I love Johnson Asiedu Nketia, you know. I don't know whether he's gotten some brand managers from America to help him. Then he posts this photograph. I'm guessing this photograph is 1992. Yeah, if you look at the young Johnson there, no, not young Johnson, still handsome, but much more handsome then, with J.J. Rawlings. But if I look at the grace on JJ's face, I'm tempted to think it may be 96. It just might be 96. But that is JJ. I believe this was in the Brown Ahafo region, on campaign, obviously, and see who's with him, Johnson Asiedu Nketia. Asiedu Nketia is trying to say that he's JJ's person, and he says that a life of service is really wasted, that he has served the NDC. So, whilst we were chatting about it, that Charlie Johnson is taking this race, then the Julius Deborah people said, Bahipa, what's he talking about? Release Julius Deborah's service, let's see. So, and then on social media, then bam. Is it going to come properly? Yes. We are there on social media, then, this one too has come. But in this photo, Julius Deborah looks like Mustafa Gbande small. Please, have you noticed? Then, they release this one. Bam! Hey, you say service. We will show you who has service. This is JJ looking very much like 92. This is Julius Deborah. They are all in smoke. Let us see who has done more service. They put another photograph there. Can you take us to the next photograph? No, not this one. I'll come to the earlier one there. This one. This was taken at the Osu Castle. It's even blurred. This one, I suspect it was 1991. It's 1991. I think this was 1991, before the election. So that's Julius Deborah, and that's his J.J. Rawlings. So you are sitting behind J.J. Rawlings in a track campaign. Me, I was with J.J. Rawlings in the castle. We're talking like co-equals. We're talking like, colleagues. You are sitting in campaign, you're sitting with him and you say a life of service. Me, the man is my man. I chat with him all the time. And let me, another photograph of Julius Deborah. Let's see another photograph of it. Another one. Yeah. And then this is Julius Deborah and Professor Mills. Now, I believe that this photograph was taken before Professor Mills became president of Ghana. I believe so. That this photograph was taken before Professor Mills won the election. So this may have been in 2007 or perhaps in 2008. The Julius Deborah people are saying that, I said, educator, will match you boot for boot. Don't try. Don't go there. Don't go there at all. You come and say that you have done service. If you are talking service, you know where people have been. You think because people are not shouting, you are the only one who has done service. Plenty of people have done service. So when we looked at it, I told my guys that, okay, let's put the pictures together and do the fight. But let's also get the video of Julius Deborah talking about Professor Mills. Do we have that video? There's a video of Julius Deborah talking about Professor Mills, and I've used it before. I think we have the video. Please, viewers, have a look at this. Then when we come back, I'll tell you the things Kwesi Pratt is saying about the NDC. Sorry. I'll tell you the things Kwesi Pratt is saying about the NDC race. Here's Julius Deborah talking about his personal relationship with Professor Mills.
So one day I got a call from Uncle Beba Kumensa, who said, Julius, Prof, the Opeso Eastern Region as regional minister, Etifao CV Bremi. Then I went to see Uncle Beb with my CV. Now, there was supposed to be an announcement on one particular day after the independence celebration. So I was so excited. I had dressed in my white, seated on my bed, waiting for the announcement. Unfortunately, when the announcement came, my name was omitted. I felt very sad. Then, to my surprise and amazement, if a president tells you he will do something for you, and for a reason or two he's not able to do it, I don't think he owes you an apology. One morning, my phone rang, and when I picked it, it was Honorable Sam Atta Mills. So I picked it as Uncle Sam and said, Julius, hold on for the president. I said, yes, sir. And Prof was like, Julius, today I didn't know see now how pa. And I said, oh, but I'm married, sir. I said, Julius, most your band no, me when you penny now, I won't continue to be a better mercy. And that's why I drop your name. And so one day I got a call from Uncle Beba Kumensa, who said, Julius, Prof, the Opposite Eastern Region as regional minister, Etifao CV Bremi. Then I went to see Uncle Beb with my CV. Now, there was supposed to be an announcement on one particular day after the independence celebration. So I was so excited, I had dressed in my white, seated on my bed, waiting for the announcement. Unfortunately, when the announcement came, my name was omitted. I felt very sad. Then, to my surprise and amazement, if a president tells you he will do something for you, and for a reason or two he's not able to do it, I don't think he owes you an apology. One morning, my phone rang, and when I picked it, it was Honorable Sam Atamers. So I picked it as Uncle Sam and said, Julius, hold on for the president. I said, yes, sir. And Prof was like, Julius, today I didn't know see now how pa. And I said, oh, but I'm married, sir. He said, Julius, most your band, no, me and you now, I won't continue to be a better mercy. And that's why I drop your name.
Charlie, the race will be brutal. They just pulled the photograph. This one was not part of those that they put out, but they just pulled it for me. Charlie, Julius has history. I don't know how much history Asiedu has. Maybe he has more than the one he showed. He'll bring it. But as for today, Julius has won the history. Today, dear, if you are doing, Julius has won 2-0. 2-0. No VAR required. It's just a straight 2-0. Julius 2, Asiedu Nketia 0. This is Julius Debra. Guess who is there with? See what's happening with JJ and Nana Rollins. Oh, wow. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get more loyal than that. It doesn't get more better service than that. Julius is putting himself at the disposal of leadership. And you can see JJ's calmness. JJ and Mrs. Rollins with Julius Debra. I think it was a party somewhere. I really love Mrs. Rollins' top. Really, really like. I mean, as for Mrs. Rollins and fashion, you can't take it away from her. I love JJ's pants as well. Is it lemon green? Hey, Charlie Jerry to the shadow. Oh, this is beautiful. Please frame this picture and give it to Zanetta Rollins. The Member of Parliament for Korle Klotey. I think it will do well in her study or in her parliamentary office. This is really, 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 really good. And so on account of this and the other photographs, we give the decision to Julius Debra. He has won over Asiedu Nketia on who has more history with NDC. Asiedu Nketia definitely does have history. He put out his picture, but this one that Julius Ekpolo have done, it seems to have beaten him. Julius has won. Okay, let me go to social media for no, I haven't finished, sorry. sorry, I haven't finished. So, on account of what is happening, our friend Ambassador Kwesi Pratt is very worried about the confusion of how this could emerge and how this could take away from the NDC's work as a government. And we all need to be worried because the NDC's work as a government affects all of us. The NPP's work as opposition does not affect us. But the NDC's work as a government affects all of us. On 16th May, petrol is going to go up. It's the NDC's work as a government. You go, a road is being done. It's the NDC's work as a government. There's no light. It's NDC's work as a government. No water. NDC's work as a government. So Kwesi Pratt is worried that this thing can worry us, the way things are going. But how are things going? And how does he know how things are going? Watch this video where Ambassador Kwesi Pratt is speaking, I think 2 videos, one in Metro TV and one in Pan-African Television, which he owns. Have a look.
To the emergence of factions in government. Sure. Today, you talk to people in the NDC and in government, and I'm not lying, you know it. The person either belongs to A faction or B faction or C faction and so on. It makes it impossible to work together as a team. It makes it impossible to focus on the prime responsibility of government. And I think it's a danger to the NDC itself. If this should continue, it would, to a very large extent, minimize the possibility of the NDC doing well in the next elections. The factionalism which is emerging is not in the interest of the NDC. There's no focus. And I'll tell you, I won't give you the details, but I'll tell you, I've spoken to people in the government machinery who think that they are not being adequately funded to achieve a national objective. And their suspicion is that they are not being adequately funded because those in charge of funding don't see them as part of their faction.
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard it.
So you're absolutely right.
You understand?
Yes.
How do you run government like this? Crazy. How do you run government like this? You can't run government like this and succeed. So everything these reckless appointees do will be seen in the light of the effort to promote themselves so they can become presidents in future. That's a big problem. How do you tolerate that in government if you want to succeed? How do you tolerate that in government if you want to succeed? You see, the body things that you see, ministers talking to each other and so on, it's all superficial. Because deep down, everybody has a dagger ready to stab the other so that they become presidents.
And it's happening.
Oh, it's frightening. And what the example is given.
Why is it not frightening?
It's frightening.
Why are you asking whether it's happening? It's automatic.
It's frightening, yeah.
You see, if you have two ministers who all are determined to compete to succeed President Dramani Mahama, do you think they will cooperate? Because every minister wants to outshine the other. What they have now is competition. It is not cooperation, it is competition. And it is a very dangerous thing to happen. And you see, my brother, let's be honest, that is why me sitting here, my respect for somebody like Haruna Idrisu has increased. When all this started, he came out publicly and said, I'm not interested. What I want to do is to help the president to achieve his agenda. He set himself out. That is why sitting here, my respect for the vice president has gone up. You know why? Because anytime she has been asked whether she's interested in succeeding Mahama, she says no to the emergence of factions in government.
True.
Today, you talk to people in the NDC and in government, and I'm not lying, you know it. The person either belongs to A faction or B faction or C faction and so on. It makes it impossible to work together as a team.
Need I add more? I have nothing more useful to add. We are still on Good Evening Ghana. Lawyer J. Bafour is in the studio. He's going to join us in a bit. We have one more story to go to tell you what actually is happening at Legon Athletic Oval. Why are we making so many mistakes and why are we embarrassing the red, gold, green, and the black star of Africa? Before then, though, social media editors are going to tell us what you're saying. Those of you watching the program, what is your view about all of these? Anziba, you first.
Thank you very much, Paul. Coming from Godwin Kofi, he says, a glorious happy birthday to my Bishop Doug Hayward Mills. God bless and increase the anointing upon your life. Yao February says, we wish Chairman Wontumi a successful outcome in his political journey as the national chairman of the NPP after his visit to the former president Nana Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Pierrot says, Ghanaians can manage their own minerals. It's high time we take over. Max Berry says, the problem is not Ghanaian mining the gold, but the government's giving it to their family and friends. Alfred AJ says, 30 years of economic colonialism is enough. Send gold fields packing. Do not renew their lease. And lastly, from Christian Kwete, he says, I think that Atu Forson should be the vice president to General Mosquito. Over to you, Kia.
Thank you very much, Anziba. And coming from Yao February, he says, President Akufo-Addo reintroduced nursing training allowance after President Mahama cancelled it in his first term. In addition, he recruited nurses and midwives and graduated as far as 2013 unemployed, and also gave them the allowances, incentives during the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, it should not be a surprise to Ghanaians if some nurses are acknowledging President Nana Akufo-Addo for making recruitment easier for their seniors. Coming from Eli Obama in Tamale, he says, good evening, Paul. Ken is currently on Joy News explaining why they disagree with the decision of the Institute of Economic Affairs. Honestly, I feel very embarrassed and ashamed that a Ghanaian would do everything possible to help foreigners take advantage of our resources. In my view, all the mines in Ghana should be owned by the government of Ghana for the benefit of our people. Yao Febri says there are a lot of indigenous Ghanaian mining companies that can take over the Tarkwa mining concession after the expiration of Goldfields mining lease next year after 30 years. The Daman mining lease was given to engineers and planners after it took over Azuma Resources, also known as the Blackwater Mine, based on qualification as a Ghanaian mining company. When engineers and planners mined its first gold, we saw how beautifully Gold Board bought 100% of the gold without any concerns about smuggling. Therefore, the Institute of Economic Affairs' position on awarding expired mining lease concessions to indigenous Ghanaian mining companies is a step to the right direction towards empowering Ghanaians through employment and entrepreneurship. Finally, from Jude Obri-Nimo, he says he's watching us live from Konongo, and he says that the fight against Galamsey should be rekindled, otherwise posterity will judge us all. Kindly keep your comments coming. Over to you, Paul.
I was replying Guy G's message. Guy G is in New Jersey and he's watching us live. Hey, Guy G, man, how you doing? Charlie, get back quickly. So did you see Okatechi? You told me you're going to see his graduation or something like that. Sorry, viewers, that's rude. I was just engaged in a private conversation using the Metro TV screen. Guy G is a good friend of mine. You know Guy G, he was one of those running the campaign, the PR for Kennedy Japan. Very interesting guy. He's just texting me that he's watching us from New Jersey, where he told me he was traveling too. So the athletics is a fiasco. Viewers, these things happen. You see, when somebody is doing something, you sit back and you think that you can do it. It's always the case. I'll tell you a story. I hope it doesn't take time. One day I went on, when I was living in Sakumono, I created a small park near the Sakumono Fridays. Those of you know there, and there are people who will not remember. So I got them to weed up the place and do a few things, and let's put some so that we all play football there. So I went to play football, and I wanted to organize it properly. So I made them do the lines and all of that. So we are playing 7-a-side, something like that. And we had a referee. They got a referee to stand there blowing the whistle. So when I have the opportunity to go to London, I'll bring balls and all of that. So we had fun. We had fun in those days. I'm talking 2004, 5, 6. Okay. So I went to the field to play football, and I thought I was very strong. So I played the football. I got very tired, really tired. So I asked the guys on the line, tell me how many minutes have we done? They said 7. I said, hey, Ray Rooney, God bless you. Hey, 7, 1, 2, 3. No, I was so tired because I'm the Pele and Polo. I'm everything. I'm running around. I'm running. I get the ball. I turn small, and the boys didn't want to booger me because I warned them that if you booger me, I can't go and do my work. Please, nobody should booger me. Viewers, when we say booger, it means like deliberately injure a football colleague on the field. That's booger. That's how we call it in Ghana. Deliberately injuring somebody. Okay. So I said, don't booger me. So they didn't booger me. So I had a leeway to play. I play. I said, how many minutes? They said 7. The first half was 20 and second half was 20. We're not even playing 45. We are playing 20. 7, I was gone. Then I learned the lesson. And when you look at it, it may look simple. But if they ask you to do it, you have to understand the person doing it, what he has gone through to be able to do it. The other thing is preaching. When you see Pastor Otabel preaching, or you see any of these big American, you see, it looks very simple. Pastor Otabel will come and say that, look at the book of Matthew, and hey, go ahead and try. And don't pay the price that he has paid and think that you can come and stand there and do, open the book of Matthew. Try and see. When you see the commanding papa, hey, the tones are like that. You two take the mic and do. You remember in the Bible, some small boys were joking. They saw their bosses casting out demons. Please don't record all this for the social media. We'll get there. They saw their bosses casting out demons because they see Apostle Paul comes and said, in Jesus' name, come out. Then they come out. Then they come out. Then they say, what is your name? For we are legion. That was Jesus Christ himself. Then they saw Peter go to the beautiful gates. Silver and gold have I none, but as I have I give. In the name of Jesus Christ, rise up and walk. Then they went there. They said, hey, Demon, come out, come out. Then the demon said, hey, they didn't know demons could talk. He said, Paul, I know. Jesus, I know. But who are you? They ran away. They saw people cast. They don't know that casting demons, the fastings, the prayer, all of that comes together. So when it's the same in politics, you see Adodankwa Akufo-Addo is sitting there, is doing the work. Oh, who is this? Who is that? He's too short. Come and do African games. They can't do it. Africa Games, Keke. I'll bring Mikael. He's not I'm the politician. Africa Games, they can't do Africa Games. NDC people. Look at how you have disgraced John Mahama. I hear the president is so sad about it. He's put people in charge. Look at what they are doing. Disgracing him. As we say in Ghana, poto. Viewers who don't understand, in Ghana, when we say poto, it means absolutely. Okay, absolutely. No, how do you do that? How do you disgrace the whole Ghana? And then look at Veronica Komi. Who told her to grant that interview? She is the deputy director general. Who told her to grant that interview? Are these people really serious? Were they ready for power? Or they thought that they didn't know they would win the election? It's beginning to look like that. It's clearly beginning to look like that. But the NDC were not ready. They didn't know they would win the election. Why? What's Fayan doing here? Oh, please take Fayan off. The NDC were not ready. They didn't know that they would win the election. And they won the election. They are not prepared. They didn't prepare themselves for anything. Kofi Adams, Viniano, what's going on? You are from Cape Coast and Kafantika. Kofi Adams say, how would they judge no training? We are solid. No, then Minister of Sports now. At least by what's the one man chicken chicken or tata one. The worst of it, no media center. Kofi Adams, why? What's going on? NDC, they can't do games they can't do. I put Standogbe here because Standogbe does events. We know that he's good at it. So this one, what happened? Therefore, were you not part of it? Because if you are part of it, I am confident that media center there to be there. Viewers, can you agree with me? If Standogbe is part of it, media center will be sorted. What happened? What really happened? What is going on? Oh, no. Kofi Adams, how are you, sir? This one is not good, oh. This one is not good. Crack. I mean, I'm coming for my World Cup ticket. I want a 3-match ticket. So I want, but the first match, Panama, I don't want. I want Ghana, England, myself, and the 4 others. Is it okay? Or I should make it 5? You think about it. But now, the thing you've done at Lagos is disgraceful, oh, Papa. It is too embarrassing. Why? How do you do that? How do you go and do games? You can't do games. If you cannot do games, the template is there. Akufo-Addo left the template for you. Go and call Rex Brobe. Rex Brobe is still there. Rex Brobe did so much work for that African Games. Rex, those who know him, the athlete, former athlete, the Los Angeles man, he likes to dress nicely. Rex Brobe did so much work for that thing. Go and ask Nana Asante Bedi Etuo. He was the secretary to the president. They did so much work for this thing. So just go and take the template and repeat it. Is that also difficult? That one too is so difficult. NDC cannot do it. They have done Africa Games. The template is there. Go and open the book and just do it. If you can't find the book, Nana Asante Bedi Etuo is there. Sometimes he's in Eburi. Sometimes he's in Chebi. Go and look for him. I have his number. Go and look for him. Ask him that, do you have any documents about how you guys did the thing? He will show you. Rex Brobe, he lives in Eburi as well. You can find him. Are they not Ghanaians? You think Nana Bedi Etuo is happy to see Ghana embarrassed? You think Akufo-Addo is happy to see Ghana embarrassed? No one is happy to see Ghana embarrassed. Yes, we are political opponents, we fight, but we don't want to see Ghana embarrassed. The great red, gold, green flag is more important than anybody else, and we all recognize that. Kofi Adams recognizes that. I recognize that. We all recognize that. So if you need help, come and ask. We will help you. For the sake of the red, gold, green, we will help you. This disgrace you brought upon our country, what should we do with it? When I go to London tomorrow and I land there, say, I put my passport down. Oh, Ghana. Hey, but Ghana, what happened? Why couldn't you feed the athletes? What am I going to? I'm going to say it's NDC. Am I going to tell the immigration man looking at me that it is NDC? You ask me that what is NDC? He will say, Ghana, you have a Ghanaian passport. So if you need help, ask. We will show you. Why? What is all this? Veronica Comey, look at the way she's talking. Oh my goodness. Okay, enough of that. We'll put that together in a video. You can see it. That's ranting. Now to the news report. Angelo, good evening.
Good evening.
What happened?
Right, so this is just a comparison between the 13 All-African Games in 2023 versus the ongoing African Senior Athletics Championship in 2026. So I put a bit of information to give us some context. First, we have this in 2023 or 2024 featured 4,000 around athletes. We don't have the information for this, but we know that around 54 countries were in this, as opposed to a little over 40 versus 29 sports and 8 disciplines. Against one discipline of track and field, 45 events, and 3 different locations across Ghana, University of Ghana Stadium in Kumasi, Cape Coast, versus the ongoing event having only one location, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium.
So this had more people to look at?
This had more people, much more people, more logistics, more things more moving parts. So I'd like us to look at the opening ceremony event for the 2024 event, if that's fine. Okay. You have that video. Can you play the 2024 opening ceremony?
Can you see the spirit? Can you see the flag? Can you see red, gold, green with a star in the middle? If you are Ghanaian, please give a resounding round of applause to the original Black Star of Africa, our motherland, Ghana!
Wow! That's great. That's fantastic.
That's actually very good.
High standard.
Actually, very, very high quality. People had a lot of praise for Ghana, I would say. So now, this event started on the 11th of May. There was an opening ceremony. We have a video of that. I'd like you to also see how well that went. So you can show us the video. Yeah, okay.
But this is serious, eh?
Well, I mean, it's an
But is it
event.
not the same Ghanaians who did the first one?
Perhaps
These Ghanaians?
not. It's a bit, no, well, for one, we have the political paradigm being different, but it seems like the organizers were different. So I'm sure we have certain questions. Perhaps the biggest would be what went wrong from this GBC article itself. The opening was fairly great because we had some musicians perform. We had Edem, Stonebwoy, Aphrodita. There were big concerts. But then the issue started here, as this article captures. It says, despite the festive start, athletes and team officials began raising issues about living conditions, which is very important because the 2024 event, same destination, same location, but the living conditions were quite different. So it says living conditions and logistical hiccups, including problems with catering and information displays for results. Please take note of this. Catering and information displays. Again, the complaints gained traction after SA shot putter Aiden Smith posted a video on social media describing problems at the on-site athlete accommodation and calling attention to broader domestic shortcomings, blah, blah, blah. So we have a video of...
Hold on. Aiden Smith is an athlete, and he went on social media to complain.
He voiced his view on his experience.
That's the video you have?
Yes, we have a video of that. I'd like us to take a look at that.
Thing, you know, but when we got in the rooms, the beds were leather. We got sheets, we got a pillow, but no blanket. The aircon, we don't have an aircon remote. We had to request at the reception for aircon remote. You're not allowed to keep your aircon remote. You set it and you give it back. There were no toilet paper. We had to go ask for toilet paper. There's no warm water. The water is one temperature. There's no, the tap water doesn't work. Some of our rooms, guys in our rooms, water doesn't work in their room. What else? Oh, and then the eating, like the eating hall. We go there, we ask for food, they fight with us. We're not allowed to take more than one chicken bone. And I asked them, okay, listen, we are athletes, we need to eat, we need to hydrate, you know, we need to eat. And we asked them and they said, no, go. And then you're not allowed to take chicken and fish. You're only allowed to take a chicken or you're only allowed to take fish. And then I fight with...
So this was his own video.
Yes, this is what he said. He talked about some of the things that were mentioned here, the accommodation issues and the food, which is very, very odd to someone on the international stage, saying that you are eating and they restrict your portions. They say you can't take fish and chicken. To both of us as Ghanaians, we understand when you go to an event, it's normal for you to not take fish and chicken. But to an athlete, knowing that they have to eat, exercise, and then perform, it's a bit strange. And on the international platform, perhaps it's a bit embarrassing for us. So let's move on. They also said there were some problems with digital results displays, which hampered timetabling and athlete feedback. So now, I enumerated some of the concerns we had. The first being some logistical issues. The starting gun malfunctioned, per reports, at least 4 times. The starting gun that the runners would hear to lift off malfunctioned.
Then there was no media center or something?
Oh, no, there was also that. We'll get to it. But then the leaderboard. So I don't know if you know that during races, there's a machine that shows you the timing, when you finish, the time you finish with. So apparently there were issues with that. Either there was no machine or it was malfunctioning. So at the end of the race,
100 meters, you
don't know your time.
Aye!
If you beat your personal best record, you don't know. If you were 0.5 seconds ahead of the other person, you don't know.
So they choose the winner by who finished first?
I have no idea. It was not
but then that's illogical.
Yeah, and the problem is that also the finishing times help the journalists make stories. So if you don't know if someone has beat their personal best, beats a world record, you don't know what story.
So the 100 meters has finished. You don't know whether it was 10.5, 9.6. You don't know.
It's weird.
But there was somebody who had a time on his wrist or something.
They worked around something like that, but it wasn't up to standard. That's the problem, because it's an international tournament. So again, we had no instant replays. You want to watch your performance. You want to see who crossed first, who dove.
Oh, that thing they do, yeah. No instant replays.
Then the graphics were not the best. The graphics were not the best. And again, it's challenges with establishing the media center. Now, this is an international tournament. People are coming from abroad. This is not a Ghanaian. Even if it was a Ghanaian event, we need a media center for people to run their stories, send them, inform the people, update their people so they know what's going on. This perhaps was not the best for us. Again, internet also tied into the media center issue. If you don't have stable internet, how can you upload a 1 gigabyte, 5 gigabyte video for people to watch an instant replay, watch this, watch that, listen to your reports? Again, it's a bit odd. And there was another problem about fans disrupting the event. And of course, the National Sports Authority Deputy Director General had occasion to apologize.
Before that, let me get to the Peace FM video. If you have it, let's see Dan Kwekuye and Kwame Sefaka in the studio. Sefaka was surprised and was asking Dan Kwekuye, who's a sports presenter, whether these things are true.
Yes, and I'm saying 100 meters. It's you no motono. It failed 4 times. Amba.
No go bisa for money. Tell us here near far benye.
Back enukre.
Go enukre. It's you na here go near far benye. I bend you very. Me and you grow.
First of all, I must say crowd participation enye. Yes, you'll be uncle. Secondly, yes, it's you know 100 meters if only 4 times.
Yeah.
Third one, you say at least 2 American real. Time and in Juma. No, I just want to know, is it true?
No, Kwame, it's true. But me, I'm going to say, who's another maker say Africa?
Time and in Juma.
Me who be though?
It's almost 200 meters. 200 meters. There will be a new time.
As you two, you know, go visit me to say. International competition pa across the world. Politicians you come here they know yes sir.
And you say there's no media center.
We tears him because come African Games you create media center. So it was just a matter of upgrading maybe all the computers could said yeah.
But wait to almost because there's no media center no. You mean internet.
They become there's no media center say. African Games, you said there was media center.
The athletics championship. I'll say because of no media center, foreign journalists couldn't do their stories timely. I don't know. Maybe someone.
You know, but the Americans here because African Games come a creative media center.
Yeah.
For all the international journalists, and Tiana Baf Husseini was part of the African Games.
Why Baf Husseini?
A Ghana Athletics Association.
Okay.
Chairman. Intinka we dey say no say the same venue na no. Nkonwa na mruwa kugu a na ade ade. You so we dey nkanya ade obeka say no media center. No media center say.
Okay. I said there were no finishing times displayed, leaving athletes unaware of their results and making it impossible for journalists to tell meaningful stories. Television coverage was disappointing. No results graphics, poor replays, and an embarrassing presentation. Media conditions unacceptable. No proper media center. Local fans took it over. Foreign journalists could not file their stories in a timely manner because of internet inaccessibility. Starting gun was too quiet to be heard across the stadium. During the 100 meters, the gun malfunctioned 4 times.
I mean, I am crazy, but maybe I am one because they were part of the African Games, especially Ba Hussein. Inti no minima di NTS ye man sam from so way back. But Kwame Bokum no me and Micheda behind the scene. Say at force in release cash. Their hands are tied. What I say?
Wow.
Because no you na ye dey no ne boy say.
Me
Who's a one who's there say ba be elbow. Elbow be. We go me anyone who are move my name as and yet I give you maybe who be that international athletics competition. Na athlete need 2 years no go be that me to say. Oh there. Me who be that.
Unbelievable.
Me who be that. Ah, Kwame show chairman kai CEO of Ghana Athletics Association. Okay, say Ghana could be there. There were a lot of countries I know host too.
Okay.
But based on facilities now, Africa, whom we were Ghana for the African Games, they voted massively for us. And the African Games wasn't perfect. But in confuse mistakes here, you know, this should have been a better version. Especially because African Games had 29 disciplines. Way about coupe. What I say, so we should have given Africa the best athletics championship ever, based on our experience in the most recent African Games. But there is a mistake. We're seeing in rather. Because African Games.
I was in the PCFM studio. Let's go on. What else do you have?
So after that, the Deputy Director General of the NSA had occasion to apologize. We have a video of her apologizing for how bad things have gone so far. So let's see that.
We know that there was a lot of unwanted noise around the Tribune yesterday. I have been a journalist for years, traveled the world, and I understand that it is not acceptable. You need a very quiet environment for you to be able to operate. So we've heard you. Even before you said it, we knew that we needed to do better. So my apologies that there was a lot of noise and it's distracted the way you had to work. We've put measures in place to make sure that it doesn't repeat itself. So kindly accept my apology to the media. Secondly, you spoke about the athletes speaking.
Right.
So that was Veronica coming. Now, what are opinions?
So this was a sample of the public sentiment. So we have Damwa here saying that Funny House and journalists suddenly discovered professionalism after Accra 2026 became an international embarrassment. During the African Games on the MPP, these same people pushed negativity and exaggerated every issue to disgrace Ghana globally. So it's sort of pointing out a bit of the difference. Again, we have on the MPP, Ghana delivered a successful 2023 African Games despite endless NDC criticism. But under 2026, they couldn't even organize the Senior African Games properly. An embarrassment to us. And again, we have Ronald saying, West African countries must never host any big tournament until they get their house in order. Ghana and Nigeria are reversing the gains made by South and Northern African countries. So this has gone beyond Ghanaians to even other people saying that Ghana or, well, West African countries don't have their things together. So maybe next time, don't send an event there. Send it to the north of Africa, send it to the south of Africa, or perhaps the east. So now, there are more comments. And this was a comment in response to the apology by the NSA. It says, the truth is they thought they were organizing some inter-schools games. So it makes it look as though some people didn't properly gauged the seriousness of the event and apparently didn't plan accordingly. That is an idea. So the question then is, if things were so great, how did they become this way? They were really, really great in 23, 24, and we have proof of even our junior siblings from Nigeria congratulating us for this event. So we have a video of that if you'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, my name is Membi Obayemi. I'm a journalist from Nigeria.
And how did you find the games?
Very interesting and quite impressive from the Ghanaian government, because this is the first time they are hosting such a magnitude event, and they pulled it off in this crazy global economy, and they made everybody really comfortable, and we felt like
we felt like at home. Yeah, we felt like
it was great.
We felt like we were at home. And I was telling, few people there that I don't think there's any difference between Ghanaians and Nigerians, to be honest. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, it was a good tournament. Yeah. I mean, regardless of all the little issues here and there, which is bound to happen, but the fact that you're able to host this much, number of persons, like she said, in this crazy economy, because I mean the economy is affecting almost everybody. So it was a good tournament.
And then putting the athletes and officials and fantastic dieting,
Yes,
the food was enough.
We ate well. Great. I didn't miss one square meal. I ate 3 times a day. I swear.
You see that?
Yeah, the food
was
People know we like, as Nigerians, we like spicy. Yeah, we still enjoyed it.
So Ghana needs to now, uphold its legacy for hosting of this competition, and we hope that Egypt, which is the next host, will replicate or even, surpass what Ghana has put up here. Congratulations, Ghana.
Yes, Ghana, you guys should be proud. Thank you so much.
I like one thing the lady said, though. She said, in this difficult economy in the world.
She did mention that.
Yeah, so everyone knew at that time, 2024, the economic situation in the world was bad. And so they were quite delighted how Ghana had handled it.
Right. I'd like to ask you a question to end, though.
Yes, why not?
Do you think that in the wake of this, it would have been better if we hadn't organized it?
Oh, yes, for sure. It would have been better if we hadn't organized it, but they really should have just taken the playbook from the first one and let's go and do it. We still, there should be a commission of inquiry. What happened? Because this is a national embarrassment. The president must set up a commission of inquiry and ask Kofi Adams what happened, so that at least we know what happened and then we don't repeat it. It's very important. But thank you very much. That's a great story. Excellent. All right, let's go to social media, and after that, Lawyer Balfour is joining us. So I start with Ikuya. What are people saying?
Thank you so much for interesting views coming from our viewers from our Facebook channel. And this is from Chris Aidu. He says, Paul, good evening. If we say the appointees of the government and their appointer are incompetent, you see how these clueless supporters will come after you on social media. We all saw the previous administration successfully organize the All-African Games without any embarrassment to the state. What are they doing now? What they are doing now is just one discipline out of the disciplines that were organized under the previous government. Yet, see how we have been disgraced to the extent that even the common timer for athletics to track their time is not functioning. Food for athletes has even become a problem. Ibiofe says, after this fiasco of the games, if anyone still believes the NDC are competent, then I have no better words to describe such a person. Lord Sepko and his team should ban Ghana from ever hosting athletic competitions whenever the incompetent NDC are in power. Coming from Yao February, he says the All-African Games was successfully organized in 2023, but because the NDC was desperate to win the 2024 election, they tagged the success as an avenue for corruption just to discredit it. Look at how we are disgracing ourselves as a country with the poor organization of the 2026 All-African Games, which has attracted a lot of criticism from both supporters and participants. Finally, from Isaac Mann, he said, the NDC spent years criticizing the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo administration over the successful organization of the 2023 All-African Games, claiming they could do far better if given power. Today, their handling of the ongoing African athletics competition has exposed poor preparation, weak publicity, disappointing organization, and embarrassing complaints about food and logistics. The contrast is clear. While the African Games under the NPP projected Ghana positively with world-class organization, the current even has looked poorly managed. It is easy to criticize in opposition, but the governance requires competence and delivery, something this government is clearly struggling to demonstrate. Over to you, Anzaba.
Ikia, coming from Prince Opoku, he says the All-African Games was organized in a world-class fashion. A.B. Nanayao says, this is very embarrassing. Prince Opoku comes again to say, I stopped watching the games because of the organizers. He says, this African athletics competition is in shambles. All results must be annulled. Frank says, Ghana is now a banana republic. A.B. Nanayao says, this sports journalist Dan Kweku Yeboah is very funny. Abukari says, a good club with bad players. Joseph says, you know they played the old national anthem of Nigeria. The Nigerian athletes were even laughing at that. And lastly, coming from Philip, he says, the All-African Games is reduced to inter-school competition. Over to you, Paul.
And welcome back and welcome to the studio again. Very intelligent lawyer, AJ Bafo, Member of Parliament for Minsha South, joins me in the studio to help us understand some of the critical legal issues. Good evening, lawyer.
Good evening.
When does Parliament resume?
Understand 21st
of May.
Yeah.
Oh, that's soon. Lawyer, there's a bill that has been now assented to as an act of Parliament. Therefore, you were part of it, which is changing the face of legal education. What should we understand?
The Legal Education Act, 2026. I believe that for your viewers, their interest is likely to be whether or not it expands access. But that has really been the tone.
Expand access, does it change
access to the legal
the duration of study and all of that?
So we need to understand it this way. This bill, legal education as we have known it has been in existence since Act 32 was passed in 1960. Since then, some of the countries that we learned from, they've seen a lot of reforms. If you take a place like England, the training originally was done by the Inns of Court. Now it has transitioned from the Inns of Court to accredited institutions of learning in the UK. Ours hasn't seen significant reform. You have the Ghana School of Law still setting up campuses around the country where it's been providing these training. The current system would change that. The new system would change that. The new system is now going to resolve some of the issues that have come up over a period of time. For instance, one, General Legal Counsel, as we have known it in terms of legal education, will not play that role anymore.
Will not play the role of the supervisory institution for legal education.
For legal education. And so when you look
they conduct the call, don't they?
They conduct the call. So when you look at Section 90 of the new Act, it repeals portions of Act 32. It repeals part of it. Section 90 and Section 91 repeals part of it. And so General Legal Counsel's role in terms of legal education is non-existent by reason of this new Act. Now, previously, the accreditation of LLB, schools to do LLB, was done by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC.
LLB being the basic degree for law.
The basic degree for law. This Act would now make it mandatory for that accreditation to be done by GTEC and then the Council for Legal Education and Training.
To be set up under the law.
To be set up under the law.
Council for Legal Education and Training. So that's replacing the General Legal Council.
That's replacing the General Legal Council. Now, this council will not only accredit institutions for LLB, they will also now accredit institutions to provide the professional program which is now going to be called the legal practice course. And so now, just like England, you are going to have the qualifying law degree, which is that you are going to have the academic stage, which is what will qualify you to go and do the professional stage. And then you are going to have the professional stage. So 2 phases. So basically, these are the reforms.
But it's always been 2 phases, hasn't it?
It's always been 2 phases. But
academic and the professional.
Yes, but there wasn't an issue of accrediting institutions to provide the professional.
So that if a university is accredited to provide the legal practice course, then they can hold the LLB and do the legal practice course.
It depends on whether you are accredited for the 2.
For the 2, yes. So if you're accredited for the 2, you're fine.
You are fine.
But we know that not everyone will be accredited for the 2.
Not everyone will be accredited for the 2.
But most will be accredited for 1, or have already been accredited for 1.
Most have been accredited for 1.
The LLB, the basic.
For the LLB.
So for candidates who go to a school that doesn't have the legal practice accreditation, what do they do next? They move to another school?
So they would now move to another school where accreditation has been given for the legal practice.
What happens to the Makola Law School?
Makola Law School will now be for post-call and other training programs as will be determined from time to time.
Post-call being people like you called to the bar in England?
Called to the bar in England, called to the bar in New York, called to the bar in other jurisdictions that have an analogous system. Then they will come and do the post-call.
So that's all the law school will be for?
Yes, and then other trainings that from time to time.
What will happen to the role of the Director of Legal Education?
Now there's going to be a registrar. So now you have a board. You have the CLET, that is Council for Legal Education and Training. They now will have a board. The board will now be regulating legal education in the country. The board will have board subcommittees for various roles.
So the Dean of the Faculty of Law at the University of Ghana will report to this board.
The Dean of Faculty of Law at the University of Ghana will report to the provost of whatever college.
The law is a faculty, so
it's a faculty.
Vice Chancellor,
so you report to the Vice Chancellor.
But you are saying that the people who are going to look after legal education, does that not include a degree, LLB at Legon or Tech or KVAS?
No. So let me explain this for you to understand. So you have a council. The council will now be accrediting institutions to provide what is called the law program. The law program is a combination of the LLB and the legal profession course. And so a school may be accredited for the LLB and might not also be accredited, but might not be accredited for the legal practice course. What then happens is that school may provide just the LLB. And if you graduate, you have to go to a school that provides the LPC. When that is done, right, all the institutions, they would be subjected, people responsible for the conduct of these programs within the institutions will respond to the internal structures of the institution. Right?
I get it.
So that's what it's going to be.
So the legal practice course, which has been reduced to 1 year,
yes,
will include the same subjects: civil procedure, criminal procedure, evidence,
criminal procedure, evidence, the basic courses. And courses, other courses that the council may determine from time to time.
How do they then get called to the bar?
So when you are done, right, you are given a certificate. And then you write the national exams. When you write the national exams, national bar exams, when you write the national bar exams and you pass, you are then called to the bar.
But you are given a certificate for legal practice course.
So this is where maybe it's about time we talk about some of the issues arising out of this act.
Yeah.
So this, for me...
So let's start a second video from here. But please go on. Just go on.
In my view, what has been celebrated is worthy of celebration. However, whether or not the fruits expected from this act is going to meet our expectation, it will be dependent on the Council for Legal Education and Training and also a function of time. Why do I say so? If you look at this act, it can result in very quality legal education. And it can also result in very bad legal education. And that will all be determined by the regulators. That is the council. Why do I say so? So the council can choose to say that, look, we are going to accredit institutions just for the LLB, that is the Bachelor of Laws. But an institution which is accredited for the Bachelor of Laws may not be accredited for the legal profession course. In which case, you may finish the legal Bachelor of Laws in one school. You have to look for another school that will provide the legal profession course. And that would mean that that school, if it is also providing the Bachelor of Laws, would have to find a mechanism by which admission will be determined. Don't forget, the Act says that there should be no discrimination in admission. What it simply means is that a mechanism would have to be established to ensure a fair and equitable system that would determine admission.
So, for instance, you are saying if I'm Legon and I have 90 students at the LLB,
yes,
and they are graduating out of the University of Ghana's LLB, they are progressing to the law practice program,
yes,
90, and I have 90 spaces, I cannot accept anyone else.
That may be so.
Is there not a school that is neutral of LLB that can accept other people?
So this is where, even though they are saying that the era of exams may be over.
Which exam?
The era of an exams to admit people to the professional law
program.
The
law entry exams.
Law entry exams.
That era may be over.
This is where they are saying the era may be over. But I am afraid that at some point it will become an issue. It will become an issue because it is possible that GIMPA may be accredited for LLB. But GIMPA may not be accredited for the law practice course. And so if you finish GIMPA, you would have to find a school that will provide the legal practice course.
And they can say you got third class, we won't take you.
And they can say you got third class.
But they'll take their people who got third class.
And but the Act says that you cannot discriminate.
So we will head for court?
No. What it means is that there must be a mechanism to ensure that the best, right, amongst the lot is admitted. And what would that mechanism be?
But can't people still go to Makola?
Makola is for remedial, is for receipt. Makola,
receipt of what?
Receipt
the bar?
Of the bar.
Okay.
So you can go there for receipt.
Okay.
So where, for instance, you have failed and you are looking for a place to receipt, you can go to Makola. Where, for instance, you have done the post-score, you have done the bar in another jurisdiction, but you are looking for a place, and you have to do the post-score, then you go to Makola.
You can't go to Makola with an LLB, say I'm coming to do professional legal practice.
No, Makola is not for that anymore.
So there's no neutral, there's no institution that is doing the legal practice course only.
So that may be determined by the regulator.
Okay.
So the regulator may determine that you have the resources for the legal practice course, but you don't qualify for the Bachelor of Laws.
Yes, so that place will then be for those who have a Bachelor of Law school that doesn't have.
And don't forget, they are all scenarios at this moment. That is why I am saying that whether or not this is going to lead to an expansion in access will be a function of the regulator and time.
How is that regulator's appointments to be done, and how many people are on the board?
And let me say this proudly. The members of the minority on the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee made a lot of input into this. Originally, what was brought to the committee, right, was going to see a lot of academics populating the council. It was during the committee's hearing that members from our side suggested that no, we can't have the same academics seeing to the training of lawyers at the LLB stage also come to populate the council. that might be a disservice to legal education.
Correct.
And so it was at that point that suggestions were made for persons who, for judges, right? Judges, retired Supreme Court judges or persons who qualified to be judges of the Supreme Court to be appointed to the council. It was at that point that it was suggested that judges with academic training should be appointed to the council. It was at that point that it was also suggested that some academics should also come there just to bring academic experience to their place.
You didn't give a place to distinguished members of the bar?
So the NDC didn't want to hear the name of the Ghana Bar Association.
During the negotiations?
Yes, they never wanted to hear the name of the Ghana Bar Association.
You don't, so there would have been 2 reps from the Ghana Bar Association.
So we're going to have representatives from the bar.
Yeah.
Where and how they will get there, where they will be taken from or appointed from, right, is still an issue. So the appointments are done by...
Is it written there that representatives from the bar will be in?
Yes, the representatives from the bar, but not from the Ghana Bar Association.
Well, yes, but why do you want it to be from the Ghana Bar Association?
So, the Ghana Bar Association remains the if you like, the known and recognized association of lawyers. And so if you want to appoint lawyers, it is very easy to appoint from the Bar Association.
But if you do that, the bar executives will take those positions. It's very easy for them to go and ask a judge that you've been a judge for 30 years. Give us 3 names of distinguished barristers who have appeared. He says, J. Bafo, Kwame Kufu, and so and so. He said, okay, let's talk to another judge. We talk to the other judge. We can call the president of the Ghana Bar Association if we want and ask him that. We have give names of J. Bafo as very distinguished barristers. What do you think about that? We are thinking about sending them to the board.
I don't.
So that can work.
Well, but I mean, what has prevailed over a period of time
has been the bar, but the argument is that the bar executives will occupy the positions.
No, but what does it change?
It changes.
What does it change?
You don't then have your best foot forward.
You see?
So that if J.K. Ajiman is not a member of the bar executive, but he's so qualified to be there, he will not.
The appointment is supposed to be done by the president.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay, so president will be advised by his people.
The president can say that I'm appointing this person from the Ghana Bar Association.
He can still say that under the act, can't he?
Yes, but the NDC simply didn't want to hear the name of the GhanaBar Association.
Because NDC are preparing to introduce another bar. They're almost done. They're introducing another Dafia Makpo and co.
And that is where the problem is. You cannot develop a country with bitterness. Simply because you've had issues with the Ghana Bar Association, you think that the Ghana Bar Association should collapse.
Oh, I get your point. So Sue and others, all of these people.
Yes. Because you've had issues with them. You know, you can't develop a country with bitterness.
That's an interesting one. Yes. So General Legal Council is gone from which date? Today?
From the very day this act was passed.
So there's no General Legal Council today?
No, not that there's no General Legal Council. General Legal Council's involvement in legal education. Because when you look at Section 1B, is this Section 1A of Act 32? It talks about the involvement of the General Legal Council in legal education. If you look at Section 3, if you look at Section 4, if you look at Section 14, if you look at Section 15, they all talk about the involvement of the General Legal Council in legal education. But when you come and look at Section 90 and 91 of the Legal Education Act 2026, it repeals all those provisions. And to that extent, the involvement of General Legal Council in the training of lawyers is gone.
So if a young man or woman is in final year LLB today, what should he hope for?
There are transitional provisions in here.
What does it say?
Now, so if you are doing LLB, this act is supposed to be in place. The accreditation is supposed to happen. The accreditation will now result in those doing LLB going to accredited institutions for the LPC.
So if you are in Legon today, you should wait and hope that Legon will be accredited. So just continue in September.
Exactly.
If you are in GIMPA and there's 50-50 and the thing comes and GIMPA is not accredited, what do you do?
Then it means that you have to go for an accredited institution.
So you go to look for a place at Legon or Kevas or somewhere.
Exactly.
If you're in Kevas and you have to go shopping for a place, Well, that's not going to be easy.
You will know. But you see, when you look at section, well, they say, when you look at the proponents of people like my friend Afia Mapo, who thinks that the entrance examination at the professional level is going to be a thing of the past, he argues that by reason of section 45 of the Act, where there's supposed to be non-discrimination, you can move from one institution to the other. But I dare say that that position is not true, inaccurate. That position is inaccurate because it is possible that you are going to have people of similar grades and so on and so forth from institutions, one of which is accredited to do the professional course, one of which is not accredited to do the professional course. And you have to determine, right, admission. Chances are, because you want to ensure that your LLB become preferable to a lot of people, definitely there will be biases in there, right? But generally, or let me say that this act, if the regulator means to really do a serious work, it would ensure quality.
You mean the act has a background that can be
built? It has a lot of provisions.
It can be used for quality.
Yeah, it has a lot.
But why are you then worried that the same act can also create problems?
The same act can create problems because of the possible scenarios that may emerge from the act. Like I said from the outset, if, like I've been repeating throughout this program,
yes,
one institution is accredited to do LLB, but not accredited to do LPC, right? Chances are that institution would have its graduates shopping around or moving around for institutions.
Yeah.
And they might not have, institutions might not have the capacity to absorb everybody. At that point, there should be a mechanism to determine admission so that there's no discrimination in admission. What happens, apart from using a selection process that may include entrance examination?
That's interesting.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes. At that point, they may decide that.
So you're saying they just might come back to it?
It just might come back to it.
Wow. Wow.
And you see...
But is there a regulation, something like that?
No, the regulation is yet to be passed. And that is very necessary for...
But are you considering it in Parliament?
No, they are supposed to bring it to the subsidiary legislation.
It hasn't come.
It hasn't come. But you see, Paul, if the regulator wants to do a good work, it can do a good work. If the regulator decides to make it a money-making machine, it can also make it a money-making. Okay. So fortunately, I've sat on a university council. I sat on the Care University Council. And so, and I've also taught at different universities. And I know the mindset of the Ghanaian university now, particularly the private universities. You know, when the private universities came onto the scene, their entrance, what they used in coming onto the scene was business administration.
Yes, yes.
If you recall.
The training in business administration.
Yes, prior to the private universities coming on, the only university that used to do business administration in this country was the University of Ghana.
Yes, correct.
Right? And it was known for its excellence.
The only one also doing law.
The only one also doing law. When the private universities came onto the scene, they didn't come onto the scene training people in engineering and science and technology. What they used to enter the scene was business administration.
Something that was really hot cake.
Something that was really hot cake. Now, the grades that it took for people to go to University of Ghana to do business administration dropped suddenly. And when you ask everyone in a private university, they'll say, you are doing business administration.
Irrespective of their grades in
irrespective of that, right. Now, subsequently, they started setting up satellite campuses around the country because they wanted money. It was a revenue generation mechanism because they have bills to pay. They have lecturers to pay. They have so many interests that must be taken care of. And so if care is not taken, what may result from this is that you may accredit an institution, and before you realize, because the institution thinks that law is a hot cake, they will set out to set up satellite campuses around the country just to raise money from people.
Oh, so you accredit an institution in Accra, say GIMPA.
Yes.
But accreditation should have those specificities.
That is why we need the regulation.
Yeah.
We need the regulations to make sure, because you know that the Council for Dental and Ghana Medical Council.
Medical and Dental Council.
Medical and Dental Council. They have a quota which they give to the universities for medicine, for nursing, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We raised that point, but it looks like our brothers were not ready to listen. So we have to wait for the regulation and see how all these potential issues may be addressed. Because if you are not careful, right, you are likely to have the universities set up all over Ghana just to raise money using the legal education.
Wow. Let's hear from Ikea and see what people are saying, then we can be wrapping it up. Balfour came here for other things, but time is against us. We will come back next week. Yes, Ikea, what are people saying?
Thank you so much, Paul. Coming from Yao February, he says, from what Honorable Ejay Bafwewa is asserting, there will be a certificate for the LLB program and another certificate for the legal profession course. The final qualification as a lawyer will then come after passing the bar exam. Of the good people of Mensah South on his appointment as the spokesperson for the NPP Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs. We love and admire him greatly, and his popularity and support continue to grow across Ghana, especially in the northern regions of the country. The future is indeed bright, and inshallah, together we shall succeed. Coming from Yusuf Muniru, he says, such a great MP, Lawyer Balfour, this whole legal reform appears to have been made purely based on political basis. One of the framers of the bill was on national television saying that the powers vested in the Bar Association are unbearable because it is dominated by NPP members. Richmond Kofi Ejapon says, the Act established the Ghana School of Law, aka Makola. Makola continues to offer legal practice training as well as remedial courses, post-call programs, and other certifications. However, the Act does not permit the Ghana School of Law to offer an LLB program. Thank you so much, Paul. Over to you.
What's your last word? What timetable are you giving us? What should we wait for? When are we going to see the LI?
It depends on who the persons, the authorities implementing the law. They would then decide on the timetable. But Paul, there's one thing which is certain from this act that for me is the biggest reform.
Yeah.
The biggest reform, in my view, is the level of transparency and accountability that this act is going to bring to bear in terms of students dealing with authorities.
Okay.
You know, previously, there were issues about the circumstance under which people were failed exams, they couldn't even question it, and so on and so forth at the Ghana School of Law. This act now establishes a tribunal that will deal with all those issues.
A tribunal?
A tribunal.
So that means when you write the legal practice, you write a bar exam and you don't pass, you can go and complain.
You can go and complain. You can now actually go and complain. It's a tribunal, establishment of the Legal Education Appeals Tribunal. You know, that's going to be responsible. You know, sometimes people say that the challenge has been access at the Ghana School of Law. In my view, the challenge was not as much of access as it was of lack of transparency and accountability.
Yeah, I think
that was really the problem. Yeah. Because if there was transparency, if there was accountability in a lot of decision making as far as students were concerned, trust me, some of the issues we wouldn't have had them.
Wow. Okay. It's 26 minutes by the top of the hour 11. This law school matter.
And
we'll
then,
come back to.
and then
Yes.
Paul,
you can add that.
before-
Yeah.
let me add this. I heard one of your readers say that Ghana School of Law will be providing with the LPC program. I dare say that is not the situation. If you look at Section 78, it says that the Ghana School of Law shall administer the post-call law course to a person who is qualified and licensed to practice in a country with a system of law analogous to that of Ghana, or a country which has reciprocal arrangement with Ghana and who seeks to be enrolled on the roll of lawyers, or a citizen and has satisfied the educational assessment requirement for admission to practice in a country with a system of law analogous to that of Ghana, and may or may not have been admitted to practice in that country, and who seeks to be enrolled on the roll of lawyers. Offer courses including remedial courses for a person who wishes to sit or resit the national bar exams. Design, develop, or offer specialized programs that align with contemporary legal education and professional practice needs, technological developments, and emerging areas of the law, and collaborate with local and international legal education and other institutions and professional bodies to promote world-class standards and best practice. So there's no provision of the Act for the Ghana Law School to provide the legal practice course as is being introduced under this Act.
The legal practice or the LLB? Legal practice.
The legal practice course.
Oh, I see. So that's why you are saying that they'll be doing post-call. That's stated over there.
Yes, that's stated here.
But the regulator can change it. He can accredit the Ghana School.
You have to amend the Act. Or you may want to come under here. Offer courses include, you may want to come under C. Design, develop, and offer specialized programs. No, you can't even come under C. Because it says design, develop, and offer specialized programs that align with contemporary legal education, specialized programs. And so
it's like banking law and
stuff. So in terms of the legal practice course, the Ghana School of Law, as we have known it for, the Act doesn't make provision for the Ghana School of Law to provide it anymore.
Interesting. A few more things, I's to be dotted and T's to be crossed, I guess. Thank you very much, Lawyer Jeba, for. And thank you, viewers, for staying with us the weekend. So let's stay safe. If you drink, don't drive. And go to the mosque tomorrow if you're a Muslim. And be in church. Let's meet in church on Sunday if you're a Christian. Thanks for watching. Good night.